Albania in southern Europe has become increasingly popular with tourists. They're drawn to its picturesque lakes and beaches, but up to 1/3 of the coast is now affected by erosion, driven by both climate change and human behavior. Local fears that the rising Adriatic Sea is slowly destroying the landscape and their livelihoods. DW's Fanny Fachar reports.
Albania's lagoons in the north of the country seem like paradise. But Demush Cesja comes here to work. He's been a fisherman for 40 years in Kunevine. The fish population has started to decline, he says.
Since the moment this crab entered the lagoon, there have been fewer fish, fewer eels. From one year to the next, we catch less. This lagoon was amazing in the past. You could catch thousands of kilos of fish, of all kinds.
Only this small strip of land separates the Adriatic Sea from the lagoon. The water level is rising, allowing more blue crabs to cross over from the sea. They are replacing the natural fish population, Yakjini says. He's an environmentalist in the region.
Over there is the Adriatic Sea, and this is the lagoon.
The land in between the two is shrinking, he says, due to climate change.
We have more maritime storms, erosions, high temperatures, floods, and all of this has been affecting the lagoon.
The sea will swallow more than the lagoon, Yakjini says, if there's no government intervention. Albania's coast will also keep shrinking. An estimated 1/3 of the country's coastline is already affected by erosion. Every year, the sea advances inland, posing a threat to another slice of the local economy, tourism.
Last year we had more umbrellas. This year we have one row less. Who knows what happens next year? Maybe we'll lose another row.
New hotels meant to attract tourists may be doing more harm than good. Locals fear the construction will speed up erosion. Fatih Noka is concerned this restaurant, built by his father in the late 1990s, will disappear into the sea and with it, his livelihood. The landscape here used to be different. Dense woodland, pine trees, as this private footage dating back to 2005 shows.
The locals from the village used to come here. Back then, everything was green. It was like a forest, like the Amazon. But now, you can see for yourself.
Not much is left from that time. Most of the trees are gone, taken by the sea and by people, local villagers who illegally cut them down. In Albania's capital, Tirana, we meet Claudiana Marica. She's tasked with coastal conservation, but enforcing environmental law is difficult.
What we suffer is the implementation, the lack of the financial resources, and also of the human resources, because when we are talking about the financial resources, this is also linked with the human resources that are needed to work on the implementation process.
Less than 1% of the national budget is set aside for environmental protection, she says, and estimates Albania would need to spend 30 times as much money that the impoverished country lacks. Demush says the times when he pulled in kilo after kilo of fish are long gone. More and more fishermen are quitting. Blue crab, that's the only thing now abundant here.